Hi, my name is Karen Hackman. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about mental health in teenagers. Today I'd like to welcome my friend Albert, who's going to help us understand mental health in our teenage children. Good morning, Albert.
Good morning to you.
Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
It's great to have you here. First of all, before we start, please could you tell us a little bit about yourself and tell me, why are you the expert in the room when it comes to talking about teenagers and their mental health?
Thank you so much. As you've rightly said, my name is Albert Chumo, and I'm a counselor psychologist with I've had an experience working with young people and teenagers for the last 14 years. And it is my passion to work with the young people because of many challenges that they go through, and helping them to resolve some of these challenges is something that I'm so passionate about. Yeah.
That's great. Well, thank you again for being here. It's great to have you. As someone also who is passionate about positive mental health in everybody, and as a mum of a teenage girl, can you just give me some top tips on how I can promote positive mental health in my daughter?
Well, first and foremost, it is very important for us to recognize that mental health has become a very a concern of the issue, not only to the society, but even to so many parents, because young people are affected day after day with mental health issues. And as parents, we have a responsibility to promote positive mental health behaviors and attitudes and talks, so that our children can be able to have a way of embracing them. And one of the ways as parents we need to do that is by being positive about them and showing them the positivity, reaching out to them, helping them to learn some of the coping skills in which can help them to deal with some of the mental health issues. We, as parents, we have a responsibility, or as a parent, you have a responsibility to be able to psychoeducate your child so that when they experience some of these effects of mental health, then they know how to cope up with them, and they can be able to freely talk to you about them, and so that you can be able to support them.
Yes. So let's say we're having a supper, we're on the table, we're talking, and then our daughter says, she's quite anxious about something. What coping strategies can we give her? Can we tell her about?
Yeah, one of the common technique or a way of helping a young person who is experiencing either severe anxiety or any level of anxiety is breathing exercise.
Yes.
Breathing exercise has proven to work well. Because you are helping the child to be able to release the tension, to release the worry and the fear that probably they're experiencing at that time. Yeah. Another thing is to be able to talk about it. Talking out helps them to be able to relax, and of course reassuring them that yes, it's normal to feel the way they are feeling, and if there's anything you can do as a parent to support them to deal with that anxiety, again, you can be there for them. Yeah. And also helping them to reassure or to reaffirm themselves that yes, it's going to be fine, it's going to be okay. I'm capable of managing some of these issues, and therefore, yes, with my parent support, I can be able to deal with it.
Yeah, and those positive affirmations, just repeatedly, I think are so important.
Yes, sure. Yeah. Very, very important, because many a times when people go through anxiety, they tend to think of themselves that they are not they are less good or
yes.
they're not the best.
Yeah.
And that really eats into them. But the more you affirm and you help them to reaffirm themselves, I mean, it really helps.
Yeah, thank you for that. Now, we're very blessed that we have a teenage daughter who does talk to us, but I'm very aware that some teenagers may go through a stage where they don't talk, perhaps they just grunt for a few years. If you're a parent and you haven't got that communication with your teenager, are there any other signs that you should be looking out for? Just to kind of, I guess, warn you or tell you that something's not right, so that you can reach out and help them?
Yes. Yes, there are many signs and symptoms that you can look at or try to find. And among them is when you realize that your child has dropped from their academic performance, or they do not have interest in some of the things they've been interested in doing.
Yeah.
Or at times they want to isolate.
Yeah.
You can see some signs of them being sad and looking worried and withdrawing.
Yeah.
Those are some of the things that you, as a parent, you can pick and be able to get closer to them and try to find out, is there something that is bothering you, and can I be of any support to you?
Yeah.
Yes. So those are some of the signs that you can look.
Yeah, thanks for that, Albert.
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now, I slightly off tangent, but hopefully not too far off tangent, is that as our daughter goes into the teenage years, obviously when your children are young, you're with them 24/7, you know who their friends are, you organise the play dates, you kind of have some control over that. But as they become more independent, and I guess this is coming from my control freak nature, you do want your child to become independent, but I'm also very concerned about the huge rise of drugs and how freely available they are out there. How can parents drug-proof their children? I know there's not a magic wand, but we've read I've read of books where the parents have read the books, they've gone to the workshops, they've done everything they possibly can, yet their child has still dabbled in drugs and has sadly died. So obviously, as a parent, that's the worst case scenario. But do you have any top tips for parents on how we can drug-proof our children?
Yeah, the issue of drugs is very common, and many a times it comes as a result of young people want to experiment.
Yes.
They can want to try it out and feel how does it feel to, or even run away from certain experiences that they're going through, or use them to cope with.
Yeah.
But always feel that as a parent, we have a responsibility. As a parent, you have a responsibility to bring your child closer and try to psychoeducate as much as possible.
Yeah.
Give as much information on the effects and the consequences of using certain drugs, or even abusing drugs, or using drugs to, cope with some feelings or some emotional situations.
Yeah.
It's very, very helpful.
Yeah.
So that the more information you give to your child, they become aware of, the effects and the consequences of the same. Because as a parent, you may not really be following your child from one point to another,
absolutely.
and really get, you cannot watch over them.
No.
But the best you can do is to give them as much information as possible by making them your friends and talking about them over and over.
Yeah.
Information is power.
Yeah.
And once they are aware, then they know that it comes with effects and consequences for the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. But I can say that there's nothing you can be able to do, like really stop.
Yeah.
They also have a choice.
Yeah.
They can
Yeah.
make a choice
Yeah,
contrary
absolutely.
to your values and
Yeah.
what you want for them.
Yeah.
But once you give them information, they will make informed decisions
Yeah.
or choices.
That's great. Thank you, Albert. And you also just pray, don't you, that they've got the strength to say no.
Sure.
And make those good choices.
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Albert. That was really helpful and insightful, and I've picked up some top tips, and I hope that our viewers at home have too. And if you have enjoyed this video, please do like, subscribe, and share with 3 friends, and we'll be back again soon. Bye-bye.